First and foremost, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I hope your day has been filled with blessings from family and friends, and just that you had a great day. Thanks for joining us here on the Sooner Surge. It's a podcast that tells it like it is. And right now we're here to do a little special Sooner softball postseason, I guess you could say extravaganza special, whatever you want to call it. The greatest show on dirt bracket has been announced. And Jay, we talked about this a little bit this week, last night.
No.
I thought OU would get the number 1 overall seed. You thought they might not. I said this last night. It doesn't bother me one bit. In fact, the rest of the softball world probably should be a little concerned that OU is the 2 seed. Because Patty Gasso, just like Tiger Woods, just like Michael Jordan, just like any great, will find any way to motivate this team as if they didn't as if they needed motivation. And that's going to be the MO for this team as they continue on. Now, there are some interesting matchups, Jay.
Yeah. I mean, we can get down to it tonight. And that's what this live show is going to be. It's going to be taking calls. It's going to be getting your comments, but also just us kind of breaking down kind of what we see in this bracket. And Jeremy, a couple of things stand out to me right off the bat. Forget the regional. Let's move on to the super regional. Who's standing in OU's way in the super regional? Oh, a team that beat them 2 out of 3 games, Alabama. Wait. If you get past that and you make it the World Series, who's standing in the first round? A team that beat you 2 out of 3. It's almost like.
Oh, and by the way, who's on the top side of that bracket? Florida, a team that beat you 2 out of 3.
So let's go over this bracket for a second. I want to go over something. One is if you look at the side OU's on, I'm going to just throw up the names of the SEC teams that are over there. You got Alabama, you got LSU, you got Tennessee, you got
Florida.
Texas, you got Florida, and then you got Clemson, and Georgia. But the big ones, Florida, Texas, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma. Wow. That side of the bracket.
It's going to be that way on any side because there's 14 SEC teams, Jay. There's 14 teams made it.
I know, but if you look at the other side, it's not the powerhouse team.
Well, South Carolina, it's now
Arkansas,
to me,
you got Arkansas on the other side along with Texas A&M.
They're in a tough regional, Jay. Arkansas is.
Arkansas got a tough regional. I mean, do you think though OSU's that good, Jerm?
No, but they're dangerous. Hey, yeah, Austin, they've won 4 in a row. They're going to drive for 5 starting. Jay, the matchup in the Super Regional will be interesting because there's 2 ways to look at it. From Bama's perspective, they're saying, we beat this team 2 out of 3 at home.
Yep.
We walked them off. OU saying, about that. Yeah, about that. That's what OU's saying. It's really, the other way to look at it, Jay, is you got a revenge chance against Alabama, and then you can open up the Women's College World Series with the revenge game. Could be Landry versus Pickens, but that matchup, Jay, Tennessee is looming, but you cannot put the cart ahead of the horse or the cart ahead of the schooner. You've got to go game by game because this team, that's what they're going to do. Hey, CJ Bunker 888, thank you so much. I appreciate, Jay appreciates, we all appreciate your support of our channel, especially this $10 super. CJ says, let me start the postseason by thanking you guys for what you do all season. Appreciate the work. Very much appreciated, CJ. I know you comment on all of our softball content, and we really, really appreciate it. CJ, by the way, not worried about Bama. We could not possibly play well.
That was a bad series.
I agree. It was actually at a time where OU wasn't playing well. So OU's chomping at the bit to get Bama.
Alan says, if OU wins a regional natty again, wondering if the SC would even exist. Yeah, who knows? Hey, Teresa, Texas Tech is on the opposite side. Now, listen, Nebraska's on OU side. There's only one way OU plays Nebraska. Nebraska has to make it the World Series. If they do, the first-round matchup would be Nebraska.
Yeah, if Nebraska gets through 10 – Jay, who's Nebraska's super regional?
LSU. Nebraska is going to have to get through LSU in that super regional, and then if they get by that –
that's in the regional.
I mean regional. Super regional is Tennessee, Jerm.
Right. So it could be Jordy Ball, Jay. Can you imagine the matchup of Jordy Ball versus?
It'd be first round of the World Series.
First round of the Women's College World Series.
Correct. I do like that Texas Tech's on the opposite side. Texas Tech and Candy's on a roll right now, man. She's on a roll.
Kennedy has been phenomenal as of late, and she's been there and done that. So she's been in the big games.
Hey, maybe it's me, but I would love for people to comment on this and say, just say, Jason, you can put this in chat. Jason, you're an idiot. Jason, you're crazy. I would love for you to do that. But
yeah, go ahead, guys.
Why is it that I don't even think A&M's one of the teams to worry about? What is it? Is it because OU hasn't played him, or
Jay, that mindset? Jay, that mindset, and that's a bad take, Jay. Jay, that mindset is because
you think they're better in Florida and Tennessee and Texas?
It's a team you haven't seen because OU hasn't played him. It's also a team that hasn't been there in a long time, whereas Florida with Rothrock, Tennessee, Clemson, these are all Kennedy. These are all teams you've seen in the Women's College World Series. You have not seen that from A&M. Now, I'll tell you this. Lefty Kennedy is great, and she's got a great changeup, and they can hit the ball well. They have strong pitching. I just don't think that they're experienced enough to make a run in the Women's College World Series. There's others, I think, stand in the way besides A&M.
CJ says biggest threat, Arkansas. You ready for this sleeper for me? You ready for a hot take? Hot take right here. Hot take. Texas does not make the World Series.
Well, they're a 6 seed. I don't think they're getting through Florida if they were to get there.
What do you mean?
Oh, wait. You don't think they're making the World Series?
I don't think they're making Oklahoma City.
Who's going to beat them?
I think Clemson's going to get them.
Okay. I don't.
I think Clemson might get them, Jerm.
Austin, yes. The Sooners have won 4 in a row. The greatest show on dirt now is going to go for drive for 5 this year. Trying for 5. And what Patty Gasso, they did a whole special on Oklahoma, Jay. Did you see it?
No, I did not see it.
About the newcomers, about this team. Patty Gasso said, if we make the Women's College World Series, I'll be overwhelmed with joy. We're already doing better than I thought we would. That was an interesting. But then she also said we're clicking on all cylinders.
They've said that down the stretch. A lot of the players have said it. So you know that they've talked about it, that they've kind of exceeded a lot of their expectations this year. But let's just talk about the first regional. We have to talk about it. It is the first regional. You can't make it the World Series without winning your regional. There at Love's Field, you got California, Omaha, Boston U, and Oklahoma. And do you want a graphic or something that says it all? And I need to see if I can put this in here. But if you get a chance, go look at Boston University and their selection show special, their video and picture of where they were watching, where they're going to be. Did you see it, Jerm?
No.
It was like in Boston University, and they're like,
yeah. I thought you were talking to Jay. Yeah, it was Boston, and Haley's pointing out right here. Haley T. Boston University, and then the other one was California. There was a girl for California.
They're scared to death.
Looked back at her coach and I saw the coach was going, it's something you've never seen before.
It's an aura, man. It's an aura.
But the other thing, did you notice this, Haley? And I don't know if it was because it was delayed. They showed Oklahoma. This was Oklahoma's players. And then a little bit of a...
You froze for a second, Jerm. You froze for a second.
Yeah, I did. That's what... They were just staring at the camera. They weren't smiling. And then they did the little golf clap. OU's not happy. The dragon has not been slain. It's not going to be slain. They're going to try all they want. I think this team's winning another natty, Jay.
Austin, it is kind of like March Madness. 64 teams. 16 regionals, 8 super regionals, and then the winners of those super regionals, they advance to the 8 teams in the College World Series. CJ Bunker says Tennessee or LSU in 7-10 bracket. Thoughts? That's a great matchup, I tell you. I don't know. I'm very high on Tennessee, but their early eggs in the SEC tournament kind of had me a little bit surprised. So I still think they make it out there.
When you get to this part of the season, one pitcher, a player like Pickens, players like Kennedy,
she can carry
Ball, I think Sam Landry, Throck, they're game changers, Jake. Now, a team that no one's talking about that has maybe as much as anyone is Florida State and Edenfield, catcher. And they've been there. Texas has been there and done that a lot. Did you ever see that? Yeah, that's what we were talking about, CJ. It was bad. They were not happy. Yeah, Boston U again. They've been there and done that too. Jay, so let's talk about the regional. OU gets started at 5 o'clock at Love's Field on Friday night. It's going to be interesting, though, because go look at the weather. Tornadic, severe storms all weekend in Norman and Oklahoma.
Yeah. But, those can be hit or miss, too. So it's not going to be rain for a long time.
But, Jay, you're obviously going to throw Landry against California.
You won't throw her the first game, no.
No, I think, Aaron, I think either Dill or Lowry get the start in the first game. I kind of hoping that Lowry's been on fire. I kind of hope she nails down that second spot. Lowry's been good.
But at the same time, man, you can't afford a slip up in a game like that, though, either. Yeah, John's dead right with this. And there's been other people saying this. Better get him this year, because if you don't, then question is 8 in a row doable. I mean, with this young lineup, it very well could be. I mean,
Jay, they showed the 2024 stats next to 2025 stats tonight on the 7-inning selection show special. OU has more home runs per inning than they had last year. ERA is a little bit higher this year, not much, but it's very similar numbers to the team from last year. And this team, as Captain Nelly Mac said, they want to win. They want to be the one to win the first one for this new team. It doesn't matter what the others have done, except that there's a legacy here. They're starting a new streak, even though it'll be a streak continued. That's the goal.
Hey, the big thing is SEC dominated this. 7 of the top 8 seeds, all SEC. There's only one regional or one super regional, and that's the Texas Tech the Florida State, Texas Tech would be the only way. That's the only team that if SEC takes care of business, there's going to be 7 of the 8 teams in the SEC that are in the World Series, which would be another mini SEC tournament. Isn't that crazy? If the SEC teams take care of their business, it's going to be basically an SEC tournament for the World Series.
And Robert Neff was right. OU's got a chance now to go at 3 teams that won their series. OU lost 3 series this year in the SEC. Alabama, Tennessee, Florida. And they're all waiting. And OU can say, you know what? You got us then, but we'll get you when it matters, or they can lose to them. I mean, that's the way it's going to be. I've got to get to I put the phone link in there.
Yeah, I think CJ's right with this. I think Ducks could hang with him for a bit.
Oh, I agree. That'll be a nice 1-16 matchup. Hey, I put the phone link in if you'd like to call. We're going to go for about 20 minutes total. So about 8 or 9 more minutes just talking about this selection special softball breakdown here. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. They got great OU Sooner apparel. You can sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months. Do it, though, because it's a new shirt each and every month sent to your house. Different design, different colors. They have softball special shirts. I mean, it's a great place, great site, thefanstop.com.
That's right. You got the link in there ready to go. If somebody'd like to call in, let me put it up for you. We'll take some phone calls, whatever you would like to talk about.
Yeah, there's another stream at 9:30, our normal live stream. This was just a softball special.
That's right.
And we appreciate all you guys that are on here because, as you know, our channel does show love to Sooner softball. We've always covered it. We cover it, in my opinion, in one of the best out there because we're consistently covering it. So, and I'm a little biased.
Are you really? Surprised, Jaron.
When it comes to that, yeah. We love softball. That's part of it.
We do. And it's crazy that this season is already in the postseason. It's wild. It goes by quick, doesn't it? Very quick.
Teresa, I can't get on board that the number 2 seed is a better draw because for OU, it's got Tennessee and Pickens. It's got Florida and Rothrock and what they did to OU. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you could say it, but.
Now, you do stay away from Kennedy, which is nice.
Very nice.
Lowry, to me, is kind of the wild card for this Sooner club because she's starting to really pitch well. She's got good movement on her pitches. She could be someone they really, really need to rely on, especially in a 3-game set. Landry's going to have to be an absolute dog out on the mound. She's going to have to pitch a lot of innings, but I think she can, Jay. She's done it all year.
Yeah, she's going to have to pitch a lot of innings for this team to win their 5th. Would you like to see Nebraska come out there, beat Tennessee, and then have them? Or would you rather just Tennessee?
I think Nebraska's a better matchup for OU overall. I think they're not as good a team as Tennessee, Jay.
Hey, I'm going to drop a trivia. We don't usually do this on the softball. I'm going to drop a trivia for people. Softball trivia here. When was the last time the OU lost a regional matchup, a regional game?
I don't know, Jay. Now, I do know. Didn't they – okay, who was it was something Alexander, the pitcher.
Odyssey? No, that
Odyssey
was
Alexander. Was that a regional, though, or was that super regional?
World Series. That was not a regional.
Oh, that was a World Series.
I'm talking regional game. Teresa's got the year right, 2019, but it was not Nebraska. Nebraska didn't beat him.
Yeah, James Madison was the team that.
Yeah, 2019 was correct. That's the correct answer. It was Wisconsin. They won the first game of the regional final. OU beat him the second game.
If OU wins this.
Now, when was the James Madison year? I'm trying to think. I'll look it up. I'll look it up for us. 2021, Germ.
No,
that was the Women's College World Series. They were number one. They lost. So right. I'm talking about a regional game. So Wisconsin, 2019. All right, there you go. Yeah.
So obviously, Boston, California, not very scary, you'd say. But the one that could pose that threat is Alabama. Who's Alabama's regional? I mean, I don't think there's a chance.
Let me read you Alabama's regional while I have it here. Alabama has Jackson State, Belmont, and then here's the kicker, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech and Alabama, I think, split this year in a series. So they have played each other, I believe, this year. So you do have
Virginia Tech, yeah.
Hey, Virginia Tech's sitting at 41-11. They're a good squad.
Hey, yeah, don't sleep on Virginia Tech, Teresa says. Hey, Jay, Robert stat here. Alabama pitchers, they pitched 22 innings against OU. 7 runs total that OU scored in 22 innings and 10 innings of 3 up, 3 down. Now, OU, I forget who OU was coming off of when they went to Tuscaloosa and what was on the horizon. I have to go back and look at the schedule. I just don't think they were playing well at that time.
Well, obviously not. They lost 2 out of 3. But, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, you look at the other matchups you could have got instead of Alabama. I mean, there's a lot of other ones that you probably
I didn't want Duke. Duke was the 14. I didn't want Duke.
Arizona 13. I mean,
is it better to play a team you're familiar with? I say it is for OU's sake. Because
now, let me ask you this.
OU's coaching is better than anyone out there. They're going to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, that is a very interesting one. And then you got the winner plays Arkansas. I'm just going to be flat out honest with you, Jeremy. And I told you this today. I think I might pick, and I haven't looked. This was before the bracket, but I'm going to look at the bracket real quick. Yeah, right now, I think I'm picking Texas Tech in the championship game. I may have OU Tech. I think
Kennedy's third time to get knocked out by OU.
I think Kennedy is on a mission, dude. I do.
She has been for about 3 years.
I know, but she dominated the Big 12 tournament, didn't allow a run, pitched every game. It's her time to do what she does. But that is an interesting matchup with Florida State. I think Tech gets that, and I think they're in the World Series.
John, I agree. It's Duke versus Bama. It was going to be Duke or Bama for OU's Super Regionals. I would rather play Bama than Duke. I'm probably in the very, very minority of that.
I don't know if I have Duke as Duke might be my weakest, but I'm not. I'll be it flat out. I don't know enough about Arizona.
I'm not sold on Arizona, Jay.
I'm not.
I get that they were in the championship of the Big 12, I think, but I'm just not. I'm not ready to crown them. UCLA goes on the road. They don't even host a regional, which is crazy.
Yeah, they were right on that cusp. I was were you South Carolina? I think that the SEC schedule helped them out there to get the 8 seed, man.
Hey,
I think that's what
Patty
it was.
Gasso, Jen Rocha, JT Gasso going up against teams that have beaten them 2 out of 3. Please. They're going to figure everything out that they need to figure out. Okay.
Any chance we see 3 Gassos in the World Series championship matchup with DJ over there? Arkansas, can they make a run all the way to the championship?
Bree Ellis is great, Jay, and I love their pitcher Heron. Is it Robin Heron? I think she's good, but they have a tough one, Jay. They have a tough one.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I love this time of year, playoffs, postseason.
Oh, absolutely.
It's exciting.
Yeah, Robert's right. Ella Parker was in a massive slump.
She was. That's a good point, Robert.
And now she's no longer in a slump. If anyone's been in a slump, it's kind of been Pickering. If this team's hitting on all cylinders, if they're hitting the ball, I think they're a better overall hitting team than last year. I really do when they're hitting. I mean, Gabby Garcia has been absolutely phenomenal. And they've been hitting a lot. They struggled early at Loves Field. They've been really, really good lately at Loves Field hitting the long balls.
Yeah.
The weather's going to be interesting, guys.
Yeah, so in the previous matchup to Alabama, OU, there was a 5-1. They won 5-1, then losses 6-1 and 2-1. So just didn't score a whole lot of runs that series, man.
Yeah.
And if you remember right, that one game, Jeremy, they won 5-1. They had that big rally in the 7th inning. Remember, Maya Bland had the 2-run shot.
That is correct.
So they scored late in that. They scored late in that match.
Yeah, they were really struggling at that point. They won't struggle that much again, Jay. I think they threw a lot of change-ups, and a lot of teams have gone to throwing change-ups against OU, and OU has started figuring out how to hit change-ups. Change-ups has been their kryptonite, but they're figuring it out.
Wait, you mean DJ Gasso? Or you mean JT Gasso's got him hitting right at the perfect time?
Yeah, imagine that, Jay.
Imagine that. All Gasso, no. I love that, Haley. All Gasso, no breaks.
Yeah, we have stepped up. We've stepped up. Okay, stepped up a gear. This is what Patty Gasso does. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the locker room with Patty Gasso. I'd love to hear how she speaks to the team, what they do as now the postseason gets here. It's probably really special stuff.
And she does get a little bit more rest, and maybe she gets even longer rest and doesn't pitch first round matchup. I don't think she will. I don't know, though.
John, that's why Virginia Tech may sneak out there.
Hey, do you remember last year? Who did OU throw in the first game in the regional? Does somebody know on here? Did they go with Maxwell?
It was Maxwell. No, I thought they did because I remember complaining about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because we thought they would go with somebody else. Did they pitch May or somebody or Deal?
It may have been Deal.
One of these awesome softball fans knows, I'm sure. But in the regional, first round game last year.
First game is Friday at 5:00 Oklahoma time, Central Time, 5:00. And again, the storm chances are very, very high for the entire weekend.
Jeremy, do you want to get back on this soapbox again?
I do not. And look, it may have cost OU the number 1 overall seed, but Patty Gasso probably didn't mind because she knows that it'll be more of an ammunition to motivation.
Two Beer says if Kennedy was on a mission, she could have come to Norman.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, it's revenge tour. It's revenge tour. Hey, Jay, I know we said we'd stop at 20 worthy overtime, but we got another live at 9:30. This one, it is on ESPNU. ESPNU is the television. Friday at 5:00. Cannot wait. Softball postseason is here. Okay. Robert, I agree. Parker was missing link. Now she's here. Everyone's moving the bat, move the line, pass the bat, follow the leader. The drive for 5 is starting now. Greatest show on dirt. Brackets have been revealed. Drop it in the comment. Who do you have advancing maybe to the College World Series? I know one thing. We will be here every single night of this run for the Sooners. So make sure you subscribe right now before you get off here. Hit the like before you leave. Give us a comment here. Thanks for joining us. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and we will see you in 30 minutes on our normal 9:30 live. Let's go. It's time. Drive for 5. Cannot wait.